I was actually in the dojo trading for a Riven that I was in 2 minds overtaken, but I've wanted it for a long time and I don't have any platinum to give them, even though they said it was free. They kind of talked us into it because I wanted it a lot, so huge thanks to this person. But I was watching Frost as people were kind of running around me, and he looks kind of official there as Volt comes flying across in front of him. Go away now, Volt. Go on. Be gone. Be gone. Bye-bye. He looked official, and I thought, as the clan, I don't want to say ruler, but I really don't want to say owner, leader, or anything like that. I hate those titles. He looks official. He looked kind of really nice doing that. And I remembered, there is something I need to do while I'm in here. I've spent 6-7 months trying to get this thing done, and like a lot of people, I gave up on it a long time ago. But it's finally done, and this is a great excuse for me to come in and have a look at the build requirements for this and go, I have a Riven for this. I wonder how well this weapon has or hasn't aged, because everybody seems to say this thing sucks, and it wasn't that bad. It quite literally sucks health out of enemies and gives it back to you. Now, I had this Riven that I couldn't unlock several times. I actually gave this one to somebody in the clan and they unlocked it and they got a Riven for the Hema. I took it back kind of under protest, under the agreement that the Riven isn't mine. They unlocked it, they can keep it. I was fine with that. But I said I'll take it to kind of stop them getting at us. But it's theirs. They can have it back whenever they want it back. But now that the research is here, they may ask for it back. So I need to take this opportunity to do this. And this is the augment in question. It adds damage. It also adds toxic damage. It also adds damage to infested even. But I'm going to ignore that for now. Same as the recoil. It's not really that much. Plus automatic firing weapons. If you've ever used a Gorgon or a Supra, yeah, as long as it doesn't kick that badly, that's negatable fairly easily. Problem is, it is a huge mod. 18 points, as a lot of the Rivens are, so it's kind of a pain to fit, and I've got an empty slot here. But throwing this in, actually, I want to say almost doubled. It'd give it an extra 400 on corrosive. Took viral up a lot, and I'm actually minus a dual stat mod in elemental and status chance, and for some reason this is in here. This isn't what's supposed to be in here. That is supposed to be fire damage, which is that one. To give it, nope, corrosive has gone down, but it now has blast, which is how it should be. But I need to move that over here and mess around with that. But I need to put another V on this and just basically see how well this thing is actually going to work. To be fair, I have always kind of liked the Hema. It was a weird mechanic with the whole landing headshots will cause like a health steal effect to regenerate your health, but it also takes 2 health to reload it. Okay, I think somebody earlier said it was 2 health to reload it, because I was talking to the clan about it earlier, because people didn't know it had the land headshots and it regenerates the health. But being a burst fire weapon is the only reason I don't really use it, and with a 7.5% crit and a 25% status chance, considering it only really does 45 viral damage, it's not the best of weapons. With the 60 magazine, the slightly long reload animation, and its crit is non-existent at 7.5%, so there's no point even mentioning that. And it was still a fun weapon, using it on almost every frame. There are better ones out there, especially with the Cypress Prime recently coming out. That is way better than this, just because it's got more accuracy. Burst fire weapons, the first round might kill them and the other one's just a waste of time, and you can't shoot anything else until it's finished. But hand this over to Nidus or an Horus who have no shields, it then becomes a completely different beast. The fact that they have no shields means that if you can land those headshots and those killing headshots and it starts to give health back, it means that you can do weird things, especially with Nidus. I keep wanting to say Anaris, but it's Nidus I'm talking about here. Because he has no shields, you can do the same with Anaris, but it's kind of more useful with Nidus. You can stand in pools of infested goop or take just oncoming damage and have that mod in that regenerates your power from damage to health. And having this at the same time means you can take more damage, you can get your power up quicker, and then your abilities can be spammed quicker, which is something I completely forgot was a thing until I put this Riven in, was using it with Frost, and then realised, oh, this weapon's actually more for Nidus and Anaris, and give it to them, it was just so much more effective. For the higher level stuff, it does still suffer though. The fact that it has the 7.5% crit and it's mainly a status based weapon, it can be a bit problematic on the higher end stuff. But in the hands of Nidus and Anaris, it's a pretty decent weapon that actually serves a purpose. In the hands of everybody else, it still suffers from the same problems. It's, with the Cyberus Prime being the thing, just sadly doesn't really have a place in the higher end stuff, but the lower end stuff, it's still a pretty effective weapon, and it's just a shame that the burst fire is burst fire. I would have loved to have seen this in automatic. To me, the burst fire part of it is its biggest problem. The rest of it works pretty well. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.